Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In this video I will try and show the components, on what are the Splunk, basically how does it look like and what are the activities that you will be performing in Splunk. Okay, so if you are someone who is learning Splunk, started learning Splunk recently, and you've installed Splunk for the first time, so this video will help you to understand the complete details about Splunk GUI, graphical user interface. Okay, now if you installed and you log in using your user ID and password, okay, this is how the home page looks like for Splunk. And after that you can just have a look and all these functionalities that are showing here on the left hand side. You have apps. Okay, these apps are something which are inbuilt in Splunk whenever you install this Splunk for the first time. Okay, now you have a search and reporting bar, which is very important. The first one, like you run all the queries using this search and reporting bar. This is where in real time also you will be searching the queries, you will be writing the queries, and if you and like in fact logs also you will be performing using this option. So let me just show you that. Okay, search and reporting bar, we call it as a search and reporting bar, and you can also call it as a it's like a Google search for Splunk. Okay, because whatever the kind of data you wanted to search, using this you will be able to get the data. Okay, now if I see, I will just try and show you. Let me type something here, index. Okay, index equals to, if I type, you can see some data which is already pulling by the system automatically. Okay, so it will take some time to load the data, because with that specific data you might find a lot of matching functionalities, right? So that is why it took some time, and now you see this is how data will be appearing to you. Okay, when you start searching initially, this is just a kind of an example I'm showing here. Okay, so in your real time you will have the data with you, so that you can search. The process of searching the data is like this. Okay, so now if you see here, all these are the components which are inbuilt, and it will be showing here when you search for the data. Like the you have selected fields. Okay, these are the fields which are very important. This is actually an interview question. It can be asked in the interview, what are the selected fields of Splunk. You can say host, source, and source type. All right, so this is how it looks like basically. Okay, let me go back now once again, so that I will show you the components which are present in the home page which we were talking about. It will take some time, so please wait for a minute. Yeah, so we checked, I mean, we saw the apps, search and reporting. You can call it as search and reporting is one of the app, in the on the left, I mean on the left hand side, among all these apps. Okay, ultimately the app, whatever the apps that are created or inbuilt in the Splunk will be shown here. All right, now the product tour is something where you can add data to, you can search for the particular tour. Okay, and this is basically depending on the data. Okay, like these activities will be performing very rarely based on the requirement. Okay, now if you see the next one, you have add data, very important, and majority of the accounts, majority of the clients will be using this, because to onboard the data, you can call it as the process of onboarding the data, or you can also call it as adding the data or ingesting the data. Okay, so you can call in these three ways for this particular add data. Okay, so when you click on add data, okay, you will see three ways basically. We discussed in my previous videos also. What are the ways that you can onboard the data? There are three ways, right? One is upload, second would be monitor, third would be forwarder. So these three are the data onboarding processes in Splunk, right? So we will see these things now briefly. How does it look like? Okay, yeah. So there you go. Upload is one. Okay, upload is one method where you can upload the data. Monitor is the second one, and third one is a forwarder. Okay, as you can see here in upload method, you can upload the files from this computer. Okay, like you have for example local structured files you will have, right? CSV files, etc. You can upload these kind of files using upload option. If you see monitor, okay, here you can upload files and ports on the Splunk platform instances. Okay, this is based on the instances, like files you have HTTP, WMI and TCP files, okay, scripts, etc. All these you'll be, you can be uploaded using this monitor option. And finally the last one is a forwarder, where you have you can upload data from the Splunk forwarder. This consists files like TCP files or script, any kind of data you will be able to upload. So that is basically three ways that we onboard or upload the data in Splunk. Okay, now after that you have something called apps. Okay, so as I was talking about apps, right? So whatever the apps are there will be showing on the left hand side. But let's say if you have more number of apps, okay, you can't be you will not be able to see it all of them in this left hand side page. So if any more apps created, you can go to this option and you can see the apps. Okay, and the last option is a Splunk docs, which is very, very important. Okay, that means this is from Splunk itself. Okay, this is the official website from Splunk. Okay, because they have created this to provide all the documents for your help. Let's say if you are working in real time, or you stuck for any kind of work, like you did not get any solution, in that case what you can do is you can refer this document, and this will really help you to make your work easy. Okay, so these are the Splunk documents, which are these are actually from official given by Splunk. Okay, so you can refer them whenever you want, and this will really help you to do work in your real time also. Okay, so it's taking some time. Okay, I think it will come, just wait. Yeah, there you go. This is how it looks like. Okay, so these are the documents of Splunk. Okay, Splunk Enterprise. Okay, you can select based on your requirement. You can go to administrator, and you will have an admin manual here. Okay, you can select that, and you can use as per your requirement. Whatever the question you have, you can find the solution here in Splunk document page, Splunk docs page. All right, so now if you see here, administrator is the one where you can you see here you can go to account setting, and you can change your name here. Okay, so because it shows administrator, so instead of administrator you can change your name here. Okay, let me just show you that as well. There you go. You can give your full name, and you can give email address, and you can just save it. When you save it, okay, it will show your name here instead of administrator. Okay, that is what. And you have something called messages. Messages is something, whatever the new updates coming, or any changes that you will be that are coming in Splunk will be appear here. You can just check, and you can take appropriate action. Now setting is very, very important aspect, very, very important functionality here. You can see there are a lot of activities that you perform in Splunk in settings. Okay, so you can add the data. You have monitoring console, very, very important. This is basically you do a health check of Splunk using monitoring console, and all these details. Okay, in knowledge you have search and reporting, data models, event types, tags, fields, and you also have lookups, user instances. Okay, all these options. And when it comes to data, you can perform all these actions even in the distributed environment, users and authentication along with the systems. You have servers setting, server controls, all these details. So licensing also we have very important concepts. So all these functionalities which are present in settings, you can work according to your requirement. And nothing here, activity and help, these are this is just for your information. If you want to have any activity or you can need any help, you can use these options as per your requirement. All right, now, so as I was showing the data, right, let me go to that let me go to the search and reporting bar, and I will I'll try and show a few more details. How does it looks like when the data appears? Okay, because in real time what happens, you will be getting the logs, and you will be searching the logs, searching the data using the search and reporting bar. So there are a few things that you have to make sure to do. Okay, let me just type here again, index equals to internal. You can take anything. When you type for it, you will get a lot of options. Okay, you can take anything. I'm just taking internal because it is appearing, and it will save our time to get the data. All right, and friends, one more thing, you can see in the left hand side, right? So you have last 24 hours. Okay, you can select this as per your requirement again. If you want the last 15 minutes data, if you want log 60 minutes data, or if you want last 30 days. So depending on your requirement, you will be selecting it. But make sure all time will be will not be selecting a majority of the times. All time will be I would say it will never be used, never been used, but depending on the requirement, you might use it, but majority of the time you don't select the all time at all. Okay, so that is one more thing you will have to make sure to select all time. And yeah, one more option you see here, modes, searching modes, right? You have a smart mode, fast mode, verbose mode. So make sure you always selecting any one of these, smart mode or fast mode, because this will give you accurate result in a quick time than the verbose mode. So either smart mode or fast mode will be selecting majority of the times. That is one. And if you see here, I can click on save as. You can create reports, you can create alerts, you can create new dashboards. If you have a dashboard already created, you can see the existing dashboard. Okay, so if you want to create report, just click on it and give the report title, and you can save that report. Okay, you can save just give the title and description of the report, and you can save the report. This is how you create report. And similarly, alert also can be created like this, same way. Okay, you can create alert, because what happens in the alert, you need to select that when do you need the day, need to be specified here for the alert, and the time as well. Then you can save that. Okay, your alert also will be created. Okay, and similarly dashboard also you can create. You can just click on new dashboard creation, and it's pretty much easy. Okay, you can just give a dashboard title, then you can save the dashboard. Okay, whatever the reports, alerts and dashboards you will create it, right, you will be able to see using this option. Let's say if you created one report, you can come here and see list of the reports present here. Okay, you will be able to find out whatever the report you have created. Okay, this is how you can cross check the reports or alerts or any kind of dashboards. If you prepare, you can cross check. Okay, since I have not created, you will not be able to see it, but if you create report, it will be appearing here. Okay, similarly alerts in the same way, dashboards also. All right, okay friends, like these are the majority things that you have to understand when it comes to GUI. So apart from this, you will be performing operations as per your requirement, like searching the data, onboarding the data, or creating the reports, creating alerts or dashboards, anything. So this is how you will be using the graphical user interface, GUI of Splunk. Okay, I hope I have covered a majority of the functions that are showing here. Okay, so if you have any questions, just let me know as far as this Splunk GUI is concerned. I hope this will really help you to understand if you install Splunk for the first time and you started learning Splunk. All right, Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.